Welcome back, everyone. We are fresh off the heels of House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 2, ominously and perfectly titled Queen's Landing. And let me just say, if you thought the Battle of the Gullet in last week's premiere was peak television, this episode proves that the quiet, devastating aftermath can hit even harder than Dragonfire. Episode 2 runs for 64 intense minutes. It pivots away from the massive set pieces and dives straight into the political and emotional wreckage of this war. Today, we are breaking down the grief, the betrayals, and the moment we have literally been waiting years to see. Spoiler warning is officially in effect for Season 3, Episode 2. Let's get into it. The Gullet's aftermath and the dragon seeds. We open exactly where we didn't want to be, the immediate, brutal fallout of the Battle of the Gullet. Team Black technically won the day, but at a catastrophic cost. We get some incredible wrap-up visuals here, with the dragon seeds arriving to finish the carnage. Seeing Vermithor, Silverwing, and Seasmoke descending on the surviving Triarchy fleet is a visceral reminder of the sheer power Rhaenyra now commands. But all of that spectacle takes a back seat to Emma Darcy's masterclass performance as Rhaenyra Targaryen. The Black Queen has lost her eldest son, Jacaerys Valerian. Darcy plays this grief not with loud wailing, but with a terrifying, hollowed-out determination. Last season, Rhaenyra was cautious. She wanted peace. This Rhaenyra? She is completely out of patience. We are watching her seamlessly transition from a grieving mother into a wartime conqueror, and it is chilling to witness. The Rogue Prince returns. And speaking of conquerors, we have to talk about the reunion that anchored the middle of this episode. Daemon Targaryen is back from his very long, very trippy stay in the Riverlands. Matt Smith and Emma Darcy share the screen again, and the dynamic has fundamentally shifted. Their fractured relationship was one of the most frustrating parts of Season 2, but right now, they are fully aligned. The shared loss of Jace seems to have crystallized their focus. There's a scene in the painted table room where they aren't just plotting a battle, they are coordinating a surgical strike. It's the closest we've seen them to the power couple they were promised to be since Season 1. Daemon's chaotic energy is finally being channeled effectively by Rhaenyra's cold precision. Harrenhal and Aemon's mistake. Meanwhile, over on Team Green, Aemon Targaryen is making moves, and arguably making mistakes. Ewan Mitchell continues to play Aemond as this coiled spring of arrogance and danger. He marches on Harrenhal, expecting to trap Daemon, only to find the castle abandoned. This entire sequence is dripping with tension. Aemon thought he was the smartest player on the board, but he's been completely outmaneuvered. He took the bait, leaving the capital incredibly vulnerable. And for the book readers out there, we finally got those pivotal interactions between Aemond and Alice Rivers. The eerie, haunting atmosphere of Harrenhal seems to be sinking its claws into Aemon now, just like it did to Daemon last season. He's starting to realize that raw power and the biggest dragon don't mean much if you're fighting ghosts. The fall of King's Landing. Which brings us to the final 15 minutes of the episode, the moment that changes the landscape of Westeros forever. Rhaenyra takes advantage of Aemon's absence, and she finally takes King's Landing. The pacing here is phenomenal. It's less of a bloody siege and more of an overwhelming display of shock and awe. Watching Rhaenyra finally walk into the throne room, surrounded by her loyalists, and ascend the steps to the Iron Throne is one of the most iconic images the show has produced. After 3 seasons of being usurped, exiled, and hunted, she is sitting where she was always meant to sit. But Claire Kilner's direction doesn't let us feel pure joy here. The lighting is harsh, the silence in the throne room is heavy, and you immediately get the sense that holding the city is going to be much harder than taking it. Ultimately, Queen's Landing is an A-tier episode. It delivers the political payoffs we've been starving for and fundamentally resets the board for the rest of Season 3. What did you think of Rhaenyra finally taking the throne? Let me know in the comments below.